to start talking instantly was a little bit confusing, stressful even. Apart from being a little confusing, expectations are the number one reason why we are living in a stressed and sick world. Let me tell you why. My name is Sofia Gabrielle, and today I'm going to talk about how expectations cause stress and sickness in our everyday lives. From the moment you wake up, what does your mom or dad expect from you? They might expect you to wake up at exactly 6 a.m., to toothbrush, fix your bed and all your things for the day, or simply eat breakfast. What about school? What do your teachers expect from you? They might expect you to wear your uniform correctly, to listen quietly and attentively in class, and to get good grades. How about your friends? What would they expect from you? They might expect you to always be free, to always talk to them, or to be someone that they can 101% rely on. You have to tell them everything. No secrets if you're close friends, right? What about yourself? What do you personally expect from yourself? I expect myself to be a good student, sibling, daughter, and person to everyone in general. I expect myself to be responsible and respectful. I expect myself to do good in everything that I try and get good grades in school. I expect myself to do all of this while keeping my temper down. And that's not it. There's also the society, everyone around us. Their expectations can come in the form of stereotypes. They might expect girls to be behaved, for children to always respect their elders, for your clothing to always be appropriate. From your parents, to your teachers, to your friends, to yourself, to the society, what people can expect from you is an endless list. And that can honestly be stressful. But why? As the Buddha said, stress is the difference between expectations and reality. More the gap, more the stress. This basically means that our expectations can be unrealistic, creating a gap between the truth and the lies we tell ourselves. When this doesn't happen, regardless of how untrue or how much of a lie it is, it can cause us to feel stressed, disappointed, or even angry. Not only that, but did you know that our expectations can make us sick? When we are stressed, especially for long periods of time, this can lead to the overproduction of myelin, which is an insulating layer that forms around our nerves. This leads to imbalances in the gray and white matters of our brains, altering our brain structure and in turn, affecting our immunity system with it. A weaker immunity system would mean that we have a higher chance of getting sick. Not only that, but an increased amount of stress can lead to a higher risk for things like heart attacks or mental disorders. Like I said, expectations cause stress, and stress causes sickness, meaning that we can consider expectations to be a root cause of sickness. I can say so myself. During the exam times, I would always stress myself out. Before the exam, I expected myself to study many things in a day. If I wanted to take 30 minutes for one unit in science, I would take 1 hour. And it made me panic. I don't have enough time. I'm taking too long. When I'm done, I felt like I haven't studied enough. After the exams, I'm as stressed as ever, going over the mistakes I made, how bad I'm going to get, how many marks I'm going to lose. Because one or another, I expected myself to get perfect. Coincidentally, around this time, I would also be sick. For weeks, before, during, or after an exam, I would be sick because I was utterly stressed out. It has honestly never helped me out, and it won't help you out either. On a brighter note, According to Stephen Covey, an American educator known for his best-selling book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, if you cannot control it, do not get stressed about it. This follows off the theory of the circle of control. As you can see, Stephen Covey created 3 circles: the circle of concern, the circle of influence, and the circle of control. The circles of influence and control are inside the circle of concern, meaning that the only things that you should mainly concern yourself with are the things that you can influence and the things you can control. If we follow that idea, then the only things that we can influence are the things we can control. In the other way around, this would mean that we cannot control the things that we might concern ourselves with in our day-to-day lives, like the weather or politics. We can use this when it comes to talking about expectations. You cannot control what other people expect from you, but you can control how you react to these expectations. You can control your emotions, not theirs. Similarly, you can control the expectations you have for yourself and how you deal with them. It's good to set high expectations, but they need to be realistic. So, what else can we do to manage the stress from the expectations from everyone and everything around us? First of all, talk about it, especially with your parents. If you feel like you're being pressured too much, if you feel like something's wrong, tell them the truth about how you feel. As your parents, they will want to help you. There's no point in lying to them. The same can be said for your friends. If they're more of a hinder than a help, then tell them about it. As your friends, they would understand. Second of all, stop focusing on what went wrong and focus on what you can do now. In school, after our exams are marked, we go over the paper again to see any mistakes we made and how we can improve further from them. Rather than pondering on the fact that I messed up, we focus on what we can learn from the situation or what we can do now. This doesn't just apply to school. This also applies to expectations and their result. Yes, we can set expectations, but we need to learn from them, especially if it doesn't turn out the way we want it to. Staying on what you messed up on won't change anything now. Like I said, change the expectations you have for yourself and how you deal with them. It's good to set high expectations so you can achieve many, many things in life, but they need to be realistic, or else you'll end up burning yourself out. For society's expectations, choose. Choose whether they will give you a breakdown or a breakthrough. Choose whether they will be your inspiration or your burden. Stress is a choice, especially with your expectations. You have the power, you have the choice whether or not you'll be stressed by it. In short, there are many expectations in our lives. If we get stressed about these expectations, it can make us sick. But according to Stephen Covey, stress is a response. You have the power to change your response to every expectation from your parents, teachers, friends, self, and society. Remember, your response to expectations can either make you bitter or better. Thank you.